Well, hello, and welcome back to my little channel. How y'all doing? A few days before Christmas, 2024. It's like we just celebrated Christmas about 4 or 5 months ago. Okay? But today I'm going to talk to y'all about caring and dealing with an ill spouse. Okay? I'm going to tell you, like, my journey of dealing with he's a functional, but he's still ill. Okay? And how important it is to talk to your family about family medical history. I'm going to get to that, okay? Now, just a quick backstory on how I met my husband. Me and my husband, we were co-workers for 4 years, okay? My husband, he's a psychiatrist, okay? Me and my husband started working together back in 1999, okay? We worked together from 99 to 2003. And that's when he went to another office to go work for, somebody else. So shortly after that, after he left my office to go work for a different office, shortly after that, he asked me out. He called me and asked me out on a date, and I accepted because I knew when we worked together, we liked each other. I think I liked him as a friend, but I think he wanted more. To be more friends with me, but he didn't know how to approach me. Of course, we was co-workers. I wasn't really trying to do that. But anyway, so when he went to a different office, he called me. We went out on a date and everything was, we had a nice time. So this is back in 2003, okay? Now, we got married in 2007, okay? August of 2007. I mean, him and I became husband and wife, and beautiful wedding and everything. Now, my husband, he's been in and out of the hospital since 2012. Okay. Have blood pressure issues, things like that. Now, 2012, he was in the hospital for about 6 days. And they was not going to release him until his blood pressure came down. Okay. Once his blood pressure came down, he was released actually on the day of the Super Bowl. Whatever day that was, like in 2012. I think February of 2012, whatever Sunday that was on, that's the day he was released from the hospital after a 6-day stay. Now, fast forward, he was in the hospital and had a whole bunch of appointments in between there, okay? But fast forward, now, like I said multiple times before on my channels, I went through breast cancer treatments when I was diagnosed back in, I felt a lump in 2021, January 2021. I started my chemo treatments in March of 2021. I started chemo treatments, something like that, whatever. But anyway, I went through all my treatments, whatever. My husband took me to all my treatments except for one, which is my last treatment. I had 4 Red Devil treatments, and I had 12 Taxol treatments, so 16 treatments in all. He took me to 15 treatments. The last treatment, which August the 6th, 2021, okay, on a Friday, he did not take me to that one. Now, the last treatment my husband took me on to get my chemo, my last chemo, well, my 15th chemo treatment, okay? I noticed my husband, he was like 190 pounds. He was, medium build. My husband was like 5'9", 6 feet tall, medium build. I love medium build men. So, but I noticed that I swear, like overnight, kid you not, overnight, my husband blew up, literally blew up. From his stomach all the way down to his ankles was like sausages. I mean, just huge, like elephant ankles and feet and stuff. He was trying to hide it from me, but I'm very observant, okay? In case nobody know, I notice everything. Nothing can get past me. So he tried to hide it from me by putting on, socks, pants, like hat top shoes, wearing a jacket and stuff like that. So I was at my treatment now, and I'm looking at my husband like, like what? What's that? So he kept trying to cover up. So I would question him. He would get like real defensive. No, ain't nothing wrong with me, First of all, we like almost in the summertime. Why are you wearing pants and heavy socks, thick socks and a jacket. You know, we're in June. You know, and my husband, he wears shorts, sandals. You know, we're in June and you wearing heavy socks, high top shoes, pants, and a jacket in June. So I knew something was not right. And he kept putting it off, right? So then, August 1st, it was a Sunday, I never forget. August 1st, 2021, it was early Sunday morning. He came and woke me up and said, Denise, take me to urgent care. I got up, got my clothes on, drove him to urgent care, and of course, he was admitted. I stayed at the hospital, urgent care, I stayed there with him for a few hours. Then I haven't eaten anything. I was hungry and everything, whatever. So my husband was like, go home, eat, do whatever, all this stuff. So then when I got home, the nurse had called me and told me they was going to go ahead and take him to the hospital. He was going to be admitted. So I figured that much, So like I said, he kept trying to hide his, illness from me, and I knew something was going on. So September of 2021, my husband, he started dialysis. Okay, so this year will be 3 years since he's been on dialysis. But in August of 2021, he was in the hospital for like almost 3 weeks. They kept going in his back to check things in his back or whatever. Kept taking out fluid and all this stuff in his back to check him for everything. So I asked the doctors 3 times, is it cancer or what is it? Oh no, ma'am, it's no cancer. Oh no, it's not cancer. We just trying to figure out this, that, the other. 3 times I asked the doctors. So then, once he was released from the hospital, he was weak. They went in his back like 2-3 times. He was so weak. But of course, my husband, he want to be hard-headed. He want to be so strong. You try to show me he's strong, So when I picked him up from the hospital, we went to the grocery store. I was going to bring him home and say, just make sure he was comfortable with whatever. And then I was going to go ahead and head to the grocery store. No, I go. I was like, you need to go home and lay down. You just got the hospital. No, I go. Now, let me sip this coffee before I tell this story. Oh my God. Okay. Now, we go to the grocery store. We at Kroger's. If you know what Kroger's is, I think out west it's called Smith's. We was at Kroger's grocery shopping, and so this is still the time of COVID-19. So of course they had those big like plexiglass barriers up between you and the cashier. So we get to the checkout line. I got the grocery cart, and we get to the checkout line, and my husband is here's the plexiglass. My husband doing like this. He's leaning. He's doing like this. I was like, Rob, you got the glass like that. What are you doing? And he's still leaning, and he leaned in and in. Next thing you know, pow! My husband passed out, and those floors are concrete, and he hit his head. So I'm standing over my husband, and I was like, Robert. So the person that's behind my husband, they was also down on the ground helping me. I was like, Rob, what's going on? Get up. So he gets up and he shakes it off. He said, I'm fine. I was like, you're not fine. You just passed out on the floor of Kroger's. You're not fine. So now I'm holding him up. Now they helping me pack my stuff. Now at this time they already called 911. We get out to the parking lot. Now I'm literally holding him up by his belt loops. At this time he had lost so much weight. I'm holding my husband up by his belt loops, walking him out to the car. Now I see the fire trucks and the ambulance come up. He refused treatment. So now it's hot outside. We talking August, I told my husband, get in the car. I put my husband in the passenger seat, put the seatbelt, snap, pop, turn the air on high. Turn the air conditioner on high. Rob, sit down. I got the groceries. Let me go ahead and pack the trunk up. I'm packing the trunk. He gets out of the car. He's helping me pack the groceries up. Robert, get back in the car. I got this. No, I'm going to help you. Robert, get back in the car. So he's taking groceries from the cart to the trunk of my car. And then he was doing this. And after so long, he slowed down. He did like this. He passed out and he fell dead smack into me. Now, here's my trunk. I'm like this. I'm holding him, my purse, 2 grocery bags on my arm. So I'm like this, and I'm holding the grocery cart so it won't roll. I'm holding the grocery cart with my left foot. So I'm like this. I said, Robert. Now, there was a couple sitting in the car looking at us. They thought him and I were fighting. I'm like, no. My husband just passed out again. He just passed out in the store. Now, at this time, the fire truck and the ambulance, they already pulled off because he refused treatment. So now, these 2 sisters, I think them, I wish I could find them 2 women. These 2 sisters walked up. Husky sisters. These sisters, these ones probably had your back, your front, and your sides, okay, if you need them for something. They walked up and was like, ma'am, is he okay? I said, no, he just got to the hospital. It's his kidneys. My husband passed out. This girl, she lifted my husband up like a baby. Lifted him up, put him in the front seat, put the seatbelt, snap, back like I just did earlier. She told him, sir, you need to stay in the car. And I gave him both hugs. I said, thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much. And she helped me, both of them women, they both helped me finish putting the groceries in my trunk. I gave them both hugs and thanked them so very much. So I don't know who they are. If you ever see this video, thank y'all so much. I don't know. I mean, they were so helpful. So I pull off. We get home. I told my husband, I said, I'm taking you back to the hospital. He was kind of like, no, please don't. I said, He begged me not to take him back to the hospital. So I brought him home. And again, I had to hold him up by his belt loop to walk him inside the house. I put him in the bed. I took off his jeans and stuff. I put him in the bed, whatever, this and that. Turned the air on so he can have some air because he needed air. So, come to find out, he had a blood cancer called multiple myeloma. When 3 doctors told me at the hospital it was not cancer, but they went it back 2 or 3 times. So, then kidney issues. He's not diabetic or anything like that. He has something, it starts with an A. I'm going to find it. Amyloid something. It's some kind of protein. They say usually men have it. It's a kind of a protein that attacks your heart and it attacks your kidneys. They say it's usually big in men. I'm going to find a definition. I'm going to find the correct word. And I'm going to probably just post it at the bottom of this video. But yeah, it was attacking his heart, which made him blow up, and his kidneys, which also made him blow up. And then he was getting the multiple myeloma on top of all that. So he did have cancer. Back in April of this year, 2024, he had a stem cell transplant. And he had probably one of the worst chemo treatments you can ever have. So he was in the hospital. He's supposed to be in the hospital for a month, but he was in the hospital for 2 weeks. So back in April of this year. So the kidney problems came. He didn't know that his mom had kidney issues. She knew she had kidney problems since the 1970s. Never said anything. She kept it a secret since the 1970s. He could have been proactive in taking care of that if his mom told him that she had kidney issues since the 1970s. She didn't tell him that she had kidney issues until kidney issues showed up with my husband. That's why it's very important to talk about family medical issues. His mom, and like my mom, come from that generation. I don't want to buy my business. They ain't got nothing about me. Yes, we do. We have to know this stuff. If cancer runs in your family, liver issues, kidney issues, eye problems, heart problems, breast whatever, we need to know what's going on in the family so we can be proactive in preventing that type of shit. My husband never knew. My husband was born in the 1960s. So she knew she had kidney problems since the 1970s, and she never said nothing to none of her kids. She has 3 kids, and she never said nothing to none of them. Okay? So my husband would have been proactive in knowing, Like, okay, let me go ahead and get my kidneys checked out or whatever, this and that, since my mom had an issue. Okay? It's just that simple. Just say, okay, yeah, this runs in our family, or that runs in our family, or yeah, we have this, whatever, at a certain age, or we can get that at a certain age, whatever. There's nothing wrong. It's not being in your business. It's the proper and the right thing to do. Is to talk to your family about medical history. Okay? But like I said, when I had the breast cancer, cancer does not run in my family. But I know how I got the breast cancer from using a damn yard spray that blew in my face. Okay? Yeah. But just be mindful of history. Tell your family that heart problems, okay? It can be oral cancers. It can be like I said, kidney issues, any type of weird issues. Let your family know, no matter how minor it may sound. Tell them, because things can start off minor, but it can become major. You know. So my husband, when I first checked him to the hospital back in 2012, he came and pulled me out the shower. We got to go to the hospital. We got to go to the emergency room. I was on my way to work that morning, and he come busting in the bathroom, holding his head like this. I'm jumping like, what's going on? You got to take me to the hospital. That was in 2012. When we got to the hospital, to the emergency room, his blood pressure was 212 over 117. I ain't lying making that shit. 212 over 117 was his blood pressure. So that's why he was in the hospital for 6 days. And that's why he's been on high blood pressure pills since 2012. So for 12 years now, going into 13 years, he has to pop high blood pressure pills every day for the rest of his life. You know? And also taking care of a spouse. And if I said, I got to take off work to take him to his appointments and stuff like that. And then soon, hopefully, in 2025, he is going to have a kidney transplant. So I got to be off work for that too. You know, to make sure that he's okay. Now, he pissed me off because he can be mean sometimes. Nothing I did or said. I can ask him how you doing. Fine, why? Motherfucker, don't snap at me. Shit, I didn't do it. Trust me, I didn't do this to you. Okay? You know, he could be snappy. He could be sloppy. He's not mindful because I'm constantly cleaning up after him. You know, I asked him to do simple things. Because I know when he comes from dialysis, he's tired. And sometimes he's okay. Sometimes he can come from dialysis and go straight to the grocery store and be okay. And like I said, he come in from the garage, and I got 13 steps from the garage coming up to the kitchen. Sometimes I hear him run up the steps, boom, 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 boom. I'm like, okay, you all right? Sometimes I hear boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, okay, he tired. You know. So, you know, I'm mindful of how he feels and what's going on with him, but I feel he'll say stuff and do stuff that will piss me off to a point I literally have to go off on the man. And I hate to do that, but I have to go off on him. You know, I feel if you can sit and play video games and you can go out shopping and all this kind of stuff, you can stay at this kitchen sink and wash out your own damn dishes. You know? You're not destitute or so jacked up that you can't do nothing. Still got a household to run. You know what I'm saying? We still got bills to pay. Ain't nobody living free over this mofo. You know what I'm saying? But as a wife, I take care of business on my end. I posted a video a few weeks ago on caring for an elderly parent, which is my mother, who had an ischemic stroke back in 2010. She lives by herself, but she's in a nice big apartment where all the neighbors, they all check on each other. So she lives like by herself, but not by herself. You know what I'm saying? Like I was with her yesterday. We took her to Macy's and, you know, took her shopping, and we went grocery shopping and all that stuff right there. You know what I'm saying? We always had fun with my mother, but sometimes she could be difficult too. Hard-headed. Very. And I understand things happen to us that we're not familiar with. It's like we have a whole new body that we're trapped in, this sick body that we're trapped in that we don't want a part of. We just pray we get better. I just want to get better. That's it. But don't take everything out on the very person that is caring for you. I did a video a few weeks ago about that. The very person that cares and loves for you, that's the one you that's the one you snap at. But the ones that really don't come around or give two shits about you, them the ones you just want to hold them so near and dear. You just love them. They don't give a damn about you. They don't. They gonna come around and see what they can get from you. But other than that, they don't care about you. Boo boo. The person that's loving you, helping you through these hard, rough times, the ones that's there to make sure all your bills is paid, you got all your medicine, that's the one you need to hold near and dear to you, honey, because the one that don't come around, the one that come around probably just, probably call you every blue moon to see if you could do something for them. Not what they can do for you, but what you can do for them. Then the ones you don't need. You're going to go into 2025 effing with the people that you don't need. They don't give a damn about you. They don't care how sick you are. It's about, you got some money I can borrow? I need a place to lay my head tonight. Can I borrow this? Can I have this? Can you got this? Can I have something to eat? I got that kind of shit. But the very person that's doing the most for you are the ones that you just cut down. Stop it. That's the one you're supposed to be really loving on. Because if it wasn't for that person or persons, you'll be screwed. You'll be very screwed. Okay? So, I'm just saying, if your family went through some hard times, medically, let them know. Let me sip this coffee right quick. It's a horrible feeling going through life, not knowing your family medical history. Okay? I just think if my husband was knew of his family history, I think he would have been more active in getting care for his kidneys and stuff like that. So now he had to see multiple doctors a month. Multiple. I got so many nurses and doctors calling my house. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? So many of them. Yeah, this is a lot of work. It's a lot of work. And I still got to take care of myself. You still got to care for yourself. Because if you don't care for yourself, who's going to be there to care for you? Yeah. But like I said, excuse me, I got this little tickle in my neck. But, like I said, my husband, hopefully to God, he will have this kidney transplant, so he don't have to go through dialysis anymore. I think kidney transplants takes about 3 months for recovery. He was off for 2 months when he had the multiple myeloma, the stem cell transplant. He was off work for 2 months. And like I said, I got to take off work, taking to all his appointments and stuff like that. So it's a lot of work to care for anybody, but especially, like I say, a parent and a spouse, even a child, you know what I'm saying? But I'm a true believer. Like I say, I always ask God, just get me through it. Make sure my mother, my husband, everybody get through their illnesses. Like he put me through that breast cancer in 2021. I believe I put in the leg work, and God would take care of everything else. That's exactly how I look at it. He would take care of everything else. Because it's a lot of work. A lot of work. So, but it doesn't stop me from still having fun, living my life, doing what I have to do. Like I said, my husband was there for me when I went through my breast cancer treatment. Like I said, he took me to all my treatments except for that last one. And the last one, my mom and my daughter came with me. Like I said, that was August 6, 2021. And after that, we went shopping. I was good, okay? we went shopping. Yeah. But my husband has been on dialysis for 3 years now, since September of 2021. So, yeah, when you go to doctor's offices, whatever, yeah, the hospitals, ask these doctors questions. Because doctors, we supposed to trust them. But like I said, when I asked those doctors 3 times, does my husband have cancer? Oh, no, ma'am. No. Because I found out he did. Because my thing is, why are y'all going in his back 2 or 3 times? like I said, when he passed out at the grocery store, that was crazy. That was crazy. And then when he passed out at the grocery store, about a week later, that's why I told my husband to stay upstairs. Now, again, he's hard-headed. I told my husband to stay upstairs. He got his man cave downstairs. You know, he watched TV, play video games, and all that. So I told my husband, I said, Rob, I want you to stay upstairs because I have the full bathroom right here by our bedroom. Nah, I'll be all right. I said, Robert, I want you to stay upstairs because if you pass out, and especially come up the steps, you're done. If you fall down them steps, you are done. So I want you to stay upstairs. I'll be all right. About a week and a half later, he came up the steps. I heard him come up the steps. And next thing I hear, pow! So I gets up, I runs. I come to he was in the kitchen. He had just came up the steps, and he took maybe a few steps, and he passed out and hit his head on the kitchen stove. Yeah, he hit his head on the kitchen stove. Now, if that was maybe about 5-6 seconds earlier, my husband would have been tumbling back down them steps. That's why I told him to stay upstairs. And when I told him that when he passed out and hit his head on the kitchen stove, he didn't remember that. I got him up, put him in the bed and everything, whatever, and he don't remember what happened. I told him what happened. You know, so then I guess he took heed to my advice then, and he kept his behind up here for a while, upstairs for a while. Yeah. So, men, I'm talking to y'all right now. Listen to your woman. When she asks you or tell you something, she's not bossing you around or being mean. Or that. She loves you, and she's just looking out for your best interests. Quit trying to be macho. It's because there's a lot of macho men in the graveyard, okay? A lot of them. Quit trying to be macho. You don't have to show her that you're a man. She know you are. She know you're a man. Because if you wasn't, she wouldn't be with you. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Just come on. You better come on in. Come on in. That's her heart. Loving on you. Letting you know, brother, I love you. I love you. I don't want to see you hurt. So if she gets mad at you because you're not doing what she asks of you, and something happened, that's your fault, dog. Like I said, 5 seconds earlier, my husband would have tumbled down them steps backwards. Backwards. And he would be probably unalive today, or a broke neck, or a vegetable right now, because he didn't listen to his wife. I know what I'm talking about when I say things. I'm not making stuff up. I know what I'm talking about. Looking out for his best interests. Yeah. But all right, you guys. I'm into almost a half an hour in this video. I'm going to finish sipping on this coffee. Okay? Okay. You guys have a Merry Christmas. I'm going to get back with y'all soon. This was just a really my story video of taking care of a spouse that's sick. He's on dialysis. Like I said, he's still working and everything like that, but it's me, and on my end, taking care of him. It's a lot of work, but he does take care of himself. But I'm saying I'm the one who got to pick up all the pieces. I'm picking up a lot of pieces. I'm doing most of everything. Yeah, so I'm trying to keep my own stress levels down, okay? Because I know I ain't the only person going through this, okay? But you guys have a beautiful Christmas. God bless you. I'm gonna get back with y'all in this video. Let me finish sipping on the coffee, and I will see y'all again soon. Deuces.